Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and this channel is all about entrepreneurship and living your best life. So I wanted to just sit down in today's video and share a little bit of a story about something that happened this week. And I have a really good takeaway that I think is really gonna help a lot of you in your business. So it's gonna be a little bit of a more of a chatty video, but if you still did enjoy it, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new around here, then consider subscribing. So I'm gonna just throw it straight off the bat and tell you exactly what happened. And then I'm gonna dive deeper into the actual message and takeaway that I had from this particular situation and explain how it can honestly transform your business if one of your goals is, and I'm hoping it kind of is, to make money in 2019 or whatever year you're watching this video. So basically what happened is I had an experience where I got some advice and I really had to have a session of introspection and sit down and look at some of the beliefs and some of the limitations that I had in my life and some of the stories that I had created around money. You know, we often hear we need to work on our money mindset or we need to work on our money story. And while I always consciously got this, for me, I kind of always had this, I don't have a negative money mindset, because some of the situations that my stories came from, they were very recent. And I'm talking recent, like last 10 years. But a lot of the advice that we get is that our money mindset is developed as a child. So when I've done work in the past, I've looked at my money mindset from a child's perspective, and nothing has ever really come up. Now, from this advice that I got this week, I actually began to look more recently. And something came up and hit me like a ton of bricks, I must admit. I'm not gonna go into the story to respect the people in this situation, but I just say there was an experience when I was about 18 or 19 years old that happened ongoingly that allowed me to start thinking that money had no value and the way that it was earned wasn't that great. And so that had really been reflecting in my current situation. Even though I've made a lot of money in my business, it was reflecting in my situation now and not really allowing me to go to that next level. You know, I have 7-figure goals in mind at the moment, and I know there's a new glass ceiling in place. So essentially what happened was I began to work with these limitations, and the very next day after doing some of the exercises I'm going to share with you, I had one of my most profitable days in business. So it was a multiple 5-figure day. And that's sometimes more money than I would make in an entire month. And I know for a lot of people, it's sometimes the amount of money that they would make in 3 months or even 6 months. So it blew my mind. It blew my mind that I was able to clear these limiting beliefs and clear these blocks. And the very next day, the abundance flowed to me more than it has ever flowed before. And I don't believe that this was a coincidence by any means. So what I actually realized, and the lesson that I want to share with you today, is that we hear a lot of stories about how when it comes to creating success in our life, we need to act as if, or we need to just make a decision that we need to be the person that is already successful. And a lot of people don't get what to actually do. And for a long time, I don't think I did either. Whenever I heard this, I always thought, what I need to do is I need to find a new strategy, or I need to think of a new way to make more sales or reach more people, or I need to act rich myself. I even got to the point of asking myself, you know, how would a millionaire eat hummus? Literally, I asked my multiple 7-figure coach, how would a 7-figure entrepreneur eat hummus? It's ridiculous, right? And essentially the advice that I got was, it's not about what you do, it's about what you let go of. It's not about what you do, it's about what you let go of. Acting as if, becoming the version of yourself who has the goals that you're trying to manifest. It's not about what you do necessarily, because you don't know how you're going to eat hummus when you're a millionaire, right? Well, I don't know. You don't know exactly how you're going to act or feel because the situation's never happened. But the one thing that you do know is that you will no longer have those beliefs that you're currently being limited by. It's not about what you do, it's about what you let go of. And so my advice here for you is that you really need to think about what is in the way. What is in the way of you being able to attract and manifest more money, more impact, travel, the life of your dreams, living your best life, all of these things that we talk about? What is in the way? The analogy that I kind of came up with myself, so I don't know if I've heard it before, but whether or not is fine. So what you want to think about is if you had a glass full of water, that glass is representing your cup being full of limiting beliefs, full of limiting stories, full of blocks and self-doubt. Now, you can't pile all of this gorgeous abundance and all of this beautiful lifestyle that you want to live. You can't fill that into an already full cup. So what you need to do first is actually empty the cup. I'm not going to tip it on my ground, but you need to empty the cup. You need to get rid of all those beliefs. You need to get rid of all those stories. And then once the cup is empty, that's when you can fill it with more amazing stuff. So what did I actually do to get rid of these limiting beliefs? Well, of course, the first step was to raise awareness. I really allowed myself to get into a space to allow thoughts to pop into my mind about what was limiting me with money. And they did. They started popping into my mind. Situations, memories started playing out in my mind. And so I dug deeper into those and I thought, what could the blocks be that came from this situation? And once I actually realized that these situations had limited me in these ways, I did a bunch of practices to essentially let go of them, to cleanse myself of them. And I've kind of spoken about these before, but the first thing I did was meditation. The second thing I did was EFT tapping. So you can look it up online. I definitely recommend Brad Yates. He's got some incredible tapping sessions that you can do. I'm no expert, so I'm not going to talk about what tapping actually is, but I did tapping. And then I did forgiveness work. So I really thought about the people involved in this situation and I totally forgave them. I actually did this exercise in the bath, and the visualization that I did was as I allowed that water to drain away, I allowed the beliefs and the limitations to drain away as well. And then the next day, the rest is history, right? So what I'm trying to get at here today is I really want to urge you to make sure you are working on yourself. If this is going to be the year that you are going to finally create success, that you're finally going to take the aligned action that's going to get you towards your goals, yes, the strategies are going to work for you. Yes, the courses are going to help you to gain the knowledge that you need to have better marketing, make more sales, build your audience. But what's going to stop you is your limitations. So promise me, please, all I want you to do is in the comments below write, I promise. Promise me that what you're going to do this year is take the time to work on yourself, to work on those blocks, to figure out what they are and to get rid of them. Success isn't about what you do. It's about what you let go of. All right, that's it for me. I really hope this story was helpful. I really hope you enjoyed that I was able to share this experience with you. As I said, please leave in the comments below if you are dedicating to this practice by saying, I promise, or I promise to work on myself, whatever you want, I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.